Now to another big story this week, and speaking of lows, Harry, the royal spare, who has taken the stand in his phone hacking case against a number of UK newspapers. The first royal to take the witness stand in 100 years, they say. And after 3 days of watching him in action, I can understand why it's been something avoided by almost all of his illustrious ancestors. Now, to state the bleeding obvious, evidence is key in court. In fact, it's almost the most important thing. Theoretically, it's well nigh impossible to prove an allegation without it. So when Prince Harry was asked by the presiding judge if he was aware of any evidence he was hacked, and he responded, "No," I was stunned. He proceeded to inform the court, "That's part of the reason I am here." Sorry, what? I'm not normally surprised anymore by anything that comes out of the Duke of Sussex's mouth, but this floored me, and that's saying something. He appears to be using a High Court case as a fact-finding mission, hoping to maybe stumble across some evidence along the way. Now, I'm no legal expert, but unfortunately, I've paid a few lawyers over the years, so I called and renewed my acquaintance with a few select legal eagles, for no fee, I hope. Mind you, the email may come, as before. But just to ensure that this isn't actually how the court system works, the following are direct quotes. "This is bizarre. What are his lawyers doing? You cannot use a high court for a fact-finding mission. You initiate proceedings because the facts you have support the allegations you made. You are seeking an outcome consistent with the facts you have, not those you hope to find." And my favourite, the judge so far has more patience than I would have thrown it out. Now, as always with Prince Harry, I make the point that the hurt and distress he feels is clearly real to him. I don't doubt that for a second. But he's got to reach a point where he accepts his lot in life and moves on. It's a lot most people in the world would happily accept, downside and all. Harry has spoken this week about the impact of tabloid reporting on his relationship with former Flame Chelsea Davy and has blamed the press for it ending. I'd hazard a guess the act of him taking drugs, visiting strippers and flirting with a brunette who sat in his lap at a party were the bigger issues for Chelsea rather than any media coverage of them. Our own Piers Morgan was on the receiving end in court this week too. The former editor of the Daily Mirror accused of unleashing horrific personal attacks and intimidation. His response, well, typical of Piers.
What do you think of Harry's accusations today?
I didn't see it, I'm sorry.
He said your behaviour was vile and unjustified. What do you think?
I didn't see it. But I wish him luck with his privacy campaign. Look forward to reading it in his next book.
Now, I just can't help thinking about how Prince William and Kate feel about Harry's hurt at his private life being invaded, given the, I believe, immoral use of their private text messages in the Duke's book, seen by billions, making him millions. When you constantly complain about the hand you were dealt, hoping to garner sympathy, and it doesn't work out that way, that's fine, we all make mistakes, there are lessons to be learned. At present, I'm afraid the evidence, and yes, it does actually exist here, strongly suggests that Harry doesn't seem to be learning much at all.